Good morning, everybody. It is currently 3:57. Let's see if it'll focus. In the morning, and we have just took off for the airport. So we're currently at Wesco. We're gonna grab some gas and grab something to drink real quick. But I have been awake since 1 o'clock in the morning because we planned on waking up at 2:30 so that we could get our last minute stuff done and get loaded up and get Jackson all ready. And Jackson woke up per usual at his typical time of 1 a.m. to eat. And so I just thought, what is the purpose of me trying to go back to bed right now? And I have too much on my mind. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get back to bed anyways. So I just got up and finished the last load of laundry I needed to do and finished my last bit of packing and took care of the dogs and all that stuff. So at least I feel like a little bit organized, but I'm gonna be incredibly tired by the time this trip is over. And of course, once we get there, I would love to just nap, but with a newborn, that's not always possible. Well, not newborn, he's 5 months old now. But little man is in the back seat and he was just about out before we stopped at the gas station. So surprisingly, I let him sleep as long as possible, and we did an early bedtime last night. So I was like trying to get him to go to bed at like 10 to 7, and he was pretty much sleeping by 7 o'clock. And he woke up a couple times just for me to like comfort him back to bed, but otherwise he went to bed really early. So that's really good because I needed him to get some rest before this plane ride. And then he slept until the last possible second. So 3:35 is when we woke him up. And I was terrified to wake him up. But he woke up with all smiles, like his typical loving little self. So here's hoping the plane ride goes the exact same. So Levi is coming out of Wesco here. And we're gonna get some gas, and I will update you guys more in a minute. We have made it to our gate. The little man needs a nap. Oh, where you going, Shugs? But he's been very, very, very good so far. So we made it through the hardest part, hopefully. We made it obviously to Florida. It's like almost 7 o'clock at night. We checked into our condo and we are on our way to Walmart again because we need to find something for Jackson to be able to sleep in. We had planned on possibly ordering something off Amazon, and then I didn't, and then we were just gonna bring his little DockATot little knockoff thing that he uses sometimes, and I couldn't fit it, so we need to try to find something quickly before bedtime. So we already went to a Walmart today and got some groceries, but they didn't have, it was like the smallest Walmart we've ever been to, and they didn't have any sort of kids stuff at all. So we're on our way to another one. But Jackson did incredibly good. You'll see like in the beginning of this video some clips from the airport, but we didn't get very much because we are never very good with time management, and we were kind of like right on time and had no extra time. So we got to the airport. I nursed him in the car because it had been too long where he needed to eat, and then we got in the airport. We checked our big bags that we had pre-checked, and then we checked our car seat and the car seat base, and I ended up using that car seat base cover that I got off Amazon, and I highly recommend. We really liked that, and that was free to check. And then we took our stroller with us all the way to the gate, so we only had the diaper bag as a carry-on, and then my purse as a carry-on, well, personal item, and then our stroller. And going through security was pretty easy. They just had us go through the side area and just take Jackson out of his stroller and hold him, and then disassemble the stroller and put it through security. And then once we got through that, We literally got up to our gate and it was 7 minutes before boarding started. And then we had priority boarding, so we got to get right on the plane. So it was very, very fast. We didn't have any time to kill. But yeah, it all went pretty darn smoothly. And luckily our flight was very small, so there was only about half capacity. So the whole row in front of us was empty, the whole row to the right of us was empty, and then we were able to have the whole entire row to ourselves, which would have kind of stunk to have a third person in our row because we used the crap out of that extra space. And Levi sat, next traffic lights, turn right. Oh, half a mile. Levi sat at the farthest one over, and then we just had the center seat open so that we could lay down a blanket and like let Jackson stretch out sometimes. But I nursed him on the way up and he ended up falling asleep, and we did do a 7 a.m. flight. So we boarded at 6:15 in the morning. So waking up that early was rough for all of us, but Jackson did super, super well. And by the time we got
really early.
Yeah, I was up by 1, and then because Jackson wakes up like clockwork at 1 a.m. to eat, and I knew because we were gonna wake up at 2:30, I knew there was no way I was gonna end up going back to bed. So I woke up and just started doing things around the house and getting ready to go. Levi slept till about 2:40-ish, and then we let Jackson sleep until we were like literally ready to go, which was at 3:30. And then he took like at least a 45-minute nap on the way there to the airport, and then throughout the airport he was awake. So then by the time we were ready to fly, he was tired again. So just before we were heading, or just before we were about to take off, he was getting really tired, you could tell. So I started nursing him, and they say that that helps with their ears popping and everything anyways, if they're sucking like that. And he instantly went to sleep, and I don't even think we'd taken off yet, like left the ground.
He was asleep before we even took off.
So he slept for at least 45 minutes at the beginning of the flight, and it was only a 2.5-hour flight. And then he was awake for a while, but he was super, super good. He wasn't fussy or anything, and he just played, and we, like I said, we would just lay him between us and stuff. And then I could tell I fed him because then it was truly time to eat, so he ate. And then we only had like 40 minutes left, 20 minutes, 40 minutes left.
Yeah, I think it's 40 minutes in the beginning.
And then he started to get, not mad, he wasn't crying by any means at all, just a little fussy because I could tell he was getting tired again. And I tried to just nurse him to sleep, but he didn't exactly want to nurse because he had been eating shortly before that. So anyways, and then I ended up getting him to sleep though, and he went to sleep and slept for the whole landing. So he did fantastic. He didn't get fussy during the takeoff and landing like they say that they can do. So I would say that the puppy pee pads are a total must, because I took him into the airport bathroom and there's no way I would have put him on that changing table. So that was awesome. And what I did is I took a big Ziploc bag and I put his wipes in there. I put the puppy pee pads in there. I put diapers in there, just like a little changing kit. And then I didn't have to take the whole diaper bag or anything. I just pull out that big Ziploc and take that with me, which was super, super helpful. We didn't go to the bathroom on the airplane to change his diaper. We just changed it right between us. And then for like changes of clothes, we didn't end up having to change his clothes, but I did take small Ziploc bags and just put actual outfits in each Ziploc bag. So the shirt, the pants, the socks, so that if we would had to have taken him to the bathroom, we could have just grabbed out one of those Ziploc bags full of an outfit instead of taking the whole thing. So I think there was definitely stuff that we had packed we didn't need. We brought the baby carrier all the way through because I thought I was going to put him in the baby carrier to board the plane, and then we didn't end up using that at all. I think that just would have been harder because as soon as I got him on the plane, he wouldn't have wanted to be in it anyways. So that's something we won't bring back through again. Honestly, the stroller, like I feel like either the stroller or the baby carrier, you know? Because if you're gonna use the baby carrier right from your gate check, or right from when you like dropped your bags off, then you didn't need the stroller. But since we did the stroller, we didn't need the baby carrier.
Yeah, we didn't even really need the stroller. That wasn't like it was a necessity by any
No,
means.
we could have carried him, of course.
Yeah.
It wasn't very far.
No.
So,
And if you were waiting for like over an hour or something like that, you might want the stroller so you can kind of walk around, but
yeah.
for us it
Yeah,
wasn't.
definitely if you like had some time to kill so that he didn't have to just be in our arms and we got tired. But really the little diaper bag kit that I had made up and the puppy pee pads and then the little kits of the outfits and then toys to entertain them. And then I brought a nursing cover, but Jackson hates nursing covers, so he just tries to rip them off the whole entire time. And I kind of just said screw it and didn't really care at that point because there wasn't many people around us anyways. And then I did bring a blanket so that we could lay it between us, like I said, and then so he could have it when he was taking naps. And for the most part, we did pretty good about not overpacking, but there was quite a lot of things in the diaper bag I think I could have done without, for sure, to minimize it even more. But yeah, overall, he did fantastic. He's like not a very fussy baby unless he is tired or hungry mostly.
Turn right onto Walsingham Road,
so
then make a U-turn.
easier than I expected. Was it easier than you
Turn left onto
expected?
Seminole Boulevard.
Yeah, he did better than us. I mean, we left a expensive camera on the
Oh yeah.
plane.
Yeah. I just got this camera not even that long ago, and we had it in its little camera case, not in our bag because we ran out of room in our bag, and we had it down on the floor in front of us underneath the seats and completely forgot it. So we got off the plane in Florida and we started walking away, and then Levi turned around and said he was gonna have a heart attack because he wanted to know where the camera was, and it was still on the plane. So luckily we're on the camera right now because Levi ran back and we were able to get it, thank God. But yeah.
They were not very willing to go back and get it, that's for sure. Took them about
But
20
at
minutes.
least we got it because we didn't want to be out that much money at the beginning of our trip, and that would be super bummer and put us in a really bad mood. So yeah, overall, I feel like flying for the first time with an infant was a lot easier than I expected, and I'm really glad that we did because I think what would it have been, 17-hour,
It was like
18-hour trip in the car would have been horrible compared to that because he just doesn't like being in his car seat. So, well, he's fine with it, but not for too long. So especially being in the plane, we could stand him up on our lap, we could play with toys, we could lay him down. So super hoping and praying that on the way home we get the opportunity to have an extra seat. And our flight attendant was great, and she was like, oh, if somebody's in that third seat, we're gonna move them, like you'll have the whole row to yourself. So hoping for somebody just as nice on the way back. But first day here, we haven't really been doing a whole lot, mainly just driving around, and like I said, we got those groceries, we unpacked things at the condo and hung out there for a while.
Got Chick-fil-A.
Got Chick-fil-A because there's not a Chick-fil-A near us at all. They recently put one in a town south of us, but it still takes 45 minutes at least to get there. And we've yet to be there because it's like crazy busy because everybody wants it because it's finally in a town near us. So, bonus, we like Chick-fil-A and Starbucks. Chick-fil-A and Starbucks all in one day.
Yeah.
That's a good day. So, I think Jackson's already sleeping.
Yeah, it is.
I will say the rental car we got is a lot smaller than I expected. So that's kind of a bummer, but we're making it work. And we're just gonna get this thing for him to sleep in, and then it's literally bedtime. And I hope we get some good rest tonight because I got like maybe 4 hours last night, so we need to catch up a little bit. But other than that, yeah, we're just gonna end this video right here about how Jackson did on his first flight, and then make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the week and see what we have happening here in Florida. And we also have a surprise at home because we,
Oh, jeez.
what did we do?
I'm just, I can't stop thinking about getting home now.
What did we do, Levi?
Huh?
What did we do?
We bought something exciting.
We bought something exciting.
They'll see it when we get back.
But we put the cart before the horse.
A little
So we're trying to find the other piece of the puzzle.
Stay in the third lane.
Hopefully
on the
here
left.
in Florida. So make sure that you... That was red.
At the next traffic lights, turn left.
Oh.
Seminole.
Okay, so anyways, yeah, so we'll show you that exciting piece once we get back home and give you a little tour. But otherwise, we will catch you in the next video, and thanks for watching. The lighting is absolutely terrible here. Don't mind this. Maybe we can fix it. That's worse.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just wanted to quickly, we're at Walmart now at the moment, but I totally forgot to tell you guys that that little thing I got to weigh your bags, the little scale thing that you can weigh your bags with, was a total game changer, because I weighed them at home and the one bag was like, what? It was like literally 40 pounds. They could be 40 pounds.
Yep.
And the one bag was literally 40 pounds and the other one was like 37. And when we got there, it was like dead on. Like the one bag was 40 pounds. So super accurate. And I cannot tell you the amount of people that we've seen in line in front of us and everything that had to step off to the side and take stuff out of their bags because they were overweight. So I'm super glad that wasn't us, especially with the baby. That just made it really smooth and easy to know that our bags were not overweight and that it was actually accurate. So I definitely brought it with me here too, so that when we repack to go home, we can check again. So I just want to make sure to let you guys know that, because that was definitely a must-have as well.